What's going on? Back plugged in again. With your boy the Prophet. It's my second time recording this video. It's a 30-minute video. Somebody pray for me. Anyways, alright, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look. This is going to be the tier list, as you guys know, because you see the title, the best seasonal characters in Bleach Brave Souls for PvE. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and go over this. Don't forget, man, I got my second channel, you feel me, Deep Profit Hoops. I'm saying Deep Profit Hoop Life. Go follow that. I'll link that up top. Bibbidi boop, bop bop bam. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Prophet Nation, do love y'all. You about to get it popping the hub. You got to do the content. Let's get it lit. Drop my shit. They left a nigga down, but I had to come up. Down into the sun. I had to switch up. Nigga, no, I ain't mad at you. I just had to come up and look at just what that bag could do. I charged into the game because I said I won't complain. Ain't been no sunny days. I had to get it out the rain. Look. Back plugged in again. It was cracking with y'all today, man. Alright, so we are going to be streaming tonight for Senkaimon, but literally, listen, man, this video took 30 minutes, and I just recorded this bitty bit twice a day, so we ain't really on that. So I'm going to go ahead and summarize these characters. I'm going to be pretty quick about it. I'm going to be pretty sweet. If you got any questions or concerns, let me know in the comment section. If you're watching this live in the premiere, save some of those thoughts for the very end once the video finishes. Anyway, Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly explain these first few rows, okay? This one now has a 20 Bruiser, 20 Berserker. She's the only one in this row with that. She has a horrible killer, being human, which is the worst in the game right now. Range collision first. Her second strong attack is a heal move. And she has a full screen third. Bad killer, range collision first. Her second does not. Her second has an elongated cooldown, and she has a horrible killer. But this Rukia has one of the worst melee collision kits in the entire game. Yo, they be shitting on Rukias, bro. This Rukia, bro, New Year's Rukia, Dark Rukia, Tengu Rukia, all Dookie cheeks. Okay. Manga Rukia is like definitely a couple tiers above them, but she's still flawed as well. Anyway, a Marankar killer, stamina recovery link, full screen third, very, very weak second strong attack, which is like this very baby ass vortex, like very short, literally just going to break guards. Her first, the lunge, is very short. Marankar killer. This Zyle, he had the same first strong attack as TT Renji, but he does not have Havoc. And his second strong attack is the same as Mayuri's first strong attack, which is that that three split collision attack, same as Tengu Rukia, which is one of the worst first strong attacks in the game. Just the damage is split into three, and its range collision is just really, really bad. So he has one of the worst melee collision strong attacks. It's not even a lunge. And then he has a horrible second essay. One of the worst second strong attacks in the game. One of the worst strong attacks in the game because it's a first and a second. This third is weird too. And he has a strong attack damage link. Smayuri had the worst killer, worst first strong attack. A boost move second. And a 900 radius third. He has a human killer, paralysis and everything. So he don't even, like I said, worst first strong attack. He does have an enhancer. He does have a Florence and Kaimon, but you don't need him because you can beat it with other units as well. Moving on. This Ruka does have a range collision for a strong attack. 1,000 radius on screen, if I'm not mistaken. Same as Heart Kaname, except she does not have Havoc. Her second strong attack is the boss killer move, same as Cacao Society Byakuya and Thousand Blower Shunsui. And Cacao and Spirit Society Kaien have that same second strong attack, but no Havoc. Full screen third, recharge link, weakening on everything. This Noitora had the same split collision first strong attack as Tengu Rukia, Zyle, and Mayuri. That's his first strong attack. His second is a 525 AoE around him with burn on everything. And his third is a charge attack. He don't have no Bruiser Berserker. She had that split 3 subdivision ranged divided first strong attack. Her second strong attack is a lunge. So a second strong attack lunge is like TLA, Suifon, Zombie Toshiro. Uh, this Christmas Yoruichi had that as well. So second strong attack, her third is full screen, and she does have non-affiliation killer. I would say, yeah, out of the two Arukas, this one's definitely out of these two. This one's better, but this Aruka has a better second strong attack. So keep that in mind. Um, this Stark has a range collision, melee collision split for his first, 525 AoE around him for a second, and a full screen third with the Hollow Killer, no Bruiser, no Berserker. There's Yoruichi, one of the worst kits low-key that you can have, one of the slowest kits you can have. Range collision first, it's projectile base. No. Her second is a Vortex, and her third is a full screen. But she does have a non-affiliation killer, so that's not very useful at all. The second worst killer in the game as it stands currently right now. Recharge link with weakening on everything. This Kakasari White Ichigo, Kakasari White Ichigo, he's like one of those like favored units for no reason. He's similar to like Manga Aizen. He really is. He's very similar to Manga Aizen. He has a range collision first, just like Manga Aizen. He has a moving vortex second, just like Manga Aizen. And he has a charge attack third, just like Manga Aizen. He's very similar to Manga Aizen. Has weakening on everything, just like Manga Aizen. But he doesn't have he doesn't have like a start barrier or revive mechanic. But a Rancor killer with a strong attack damage link, not even a strong attack recharge, so that's definitely lackluster. But he does hit twice as hard with his third strong attack once you charge it up as your standard third strong attack. This Kukaku, lunge first, 20 hit vortex second, and 900 radius third with an Rancor killer. She only got full screen third. Like no bruising, no berserker, of course. Tango Rukia, split collision ranged attack or range collision split attack for her third. I mean for her first, excuse me. Her second is a moving vortex. Bleh. And her third is the same as like Kokuto, where it's like a suction explosion for her third, and it does eclipse full screen. So 1,000 radius forward, and then 675. So it's decent, but it's not the best for tackling multiple waves. This Yoruichi, they need to quit tripping with the Yoruichis first having a range collision. It's like this little cart, bro, that's like this freaking big and just goes through enemies. Now, if she does freeze you, it can like nerf one or two enemies for like very high damage because it's range collision. So it's projectile base, meaning if they're frozen in place, they can't get pushed back. So that is going to just rip through them. Higher single target damage, but very bad for clearing mobs. Lunging second strong attack, 625 radius, same as this Haruka as well. This Haruka definitely has a better first strong attack because she had the lunge. So Haruka has lunge first, lunge second, full screen third. This Yoruichi does have 4 flash steps because she is a Yoruichi with super killer and we can and freeze on everything. This Raruka is a strong attack damage link with burn. If she was a strong attack recharge link, she'd be over to Yoruichi, in my personal opinion. Yeah. And power, Rancor killers are very weak for the most part. This Gin, he is a recharge character. He does have a Bruiser Berserker combo. Range collision first, moving vortex second, full screen third, poison on everything. There's Halibel, no Berserker, no status element, range collision first, moving vortex second, full screen third, strong attack recharge link as well with the Hollow Killer. I believe this Gin has a Rancor killer, if I'm not mistaken. This Soifon has one of the better range collision strong attacks, the same as this Raruka, the same as Heart Kaname. It's like 1,000 radius on the screen. It just kind of wafts forward. Can hit. It's like I said, definitely one of the better range collision strong attacks in the entire game. Her second is a range collision, melee collision split. And her third is just a standard full screen. 25 strong attack damage link. 4 flash tests because she is a Soifon. Poison on everything. This Gin has a lunging first strong attack. So lunging first. And his second is that same shitty 3-hit range collision move. That's one of the worst attacks in the game. If he would have had a viable second strong attack, he would definitely place a lot higher, in my personal opinion. He does have a resistance or two. So he's pretty solid, you know, for co-op content and stuff like that. This Retsu, once again, range collision first, moving vortex second, full screen third, burn on everything, Soul Reaper killer. Pretty much it. No bruiser, no berserker. It's Soy Phone, bro. Her third is 900 radius. Like, what the heck? Her first is range collision, and her second is like Aaron. So it's like total of 56 hits, but it's suction and vortex, range collision, melee collision, split. Just no, sir. It's Orihime. She has a okay, kid, because she has a everything is melee collision, but her second is a vortex, which definitely slows her down. Her third is a full screen. First is a lunge. She does have human killer, which is one of the weakest in the game right now. Naturo has a decent kit. First is the lunge, second is the heal, third is a full screen, but he's a 16 DR link, so he's not going to clear as fast as any of the units above because he lacks damage and cooldown combination. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move up another two. Normally I only move up one at a time, but like I said, the first time I did this video was 30 minutes, alright? So we're going to definitely cut that down. This Grimjaw does have Bruiser Berserker combo, 14 recharge, and I believe poison on everything. Lunging first, strong attack, 525 AoE second, and then a full screen third. Where he lacks, though, is his first. Is very, very short range. Like, he doesn't lunge very far at all. It's kind of like choppy. That's pretty much it for his weaknesses. If he had a better lunging first and if he had like a beam second, he'd be way higher for sure. CS Biak lunging first, boss killer second strong attack, which means it's range collision, AoE, but it starts from inside of him. So if the boss is like right up on you and you use that strong attack, it's going to nerf their health bar. But for like lower tier mobs, it's just going to knock them back most times because you can't place it optimally for everyone. Full screen third, process on everything, no bruiser berserker. Very, very solid unit though. There's Rukia, very great lunging first. Her second is a barrier move. And her third is a full screen with freeze on everything, sword per killer, and full stamina damage length, which means her normal attack, strong attack, and soul bomb hits for 20% more damage if she doesn't lose any HP. The Sun has basically the best first strong attack in the game, minus Havoc. So she has the beam, 725 radius, and 2500 length. Or I should say 725 width and 2500 length. Where she is held back is her second SA, which is range collision. 4 projectiles in a straight line, but the magnification is actually 100% on both of those, on all of them. So if her second strong attack hits a person more than once, it's going to actually do more damage than your average range collision attack. But it's just a matter of placing the attack, and she does have a full screen third with Hollow Killer. For a little bit, she was actually maybe the best tech Hollow Killer, but obviously 4B2 is way better than her, but Link, time, blah blah blah. This Yoruichi, she does have a beam first strong attack, but it's like 650 width and 1500 length. So it's not as, it's like a tier lower than the like beam we have now, 725, 2500 length. But it is still melee collision. And yeah, this Geen as well is a very good unit. A lot of people like him, but the thing about it is he has a range collision first, and he's a ranged unit. And his second is a heal move, which means he cannot break guard with his second strong attack. So he can only break guard with his first and his third, and your third is your less spammable attack. Your least spammable attack, excuse me. And like I said, range collision first. So I think a lot of people like him for his aesthetic. He can get the job done, but like I said, he's going to be slower compared to your top tier upper echelon units. This Grimjaw, if he had a better killer, he would be in like S rank because he has a perfect lunging first. He has like an attraction explosion second strong attack with the best type of mag that you can have, meaning the attraction is only like 20% of the damage, but the explosion is 80% of the damage. So you can definitely kill multiple waves of enemies with the explosion part as well. And that's pretty much that. Alright. So now we're going to look at our auto/ER units. Like I said, I've always explained this, but these units aren't going to necessarily clear content faster than anybody below them, but they're not going to clear faster, but they clear easier, meaning suboptimal gear. You can just set it and forget it. Press auto, set them up with DR links and whatever accessories you have, and they should be able to clear the quest, but not in the best time. But if you just want to play auto, then these are the characters that you want to use for seasonal. Now, this Haruka is the best auto unit in the game. Well, the best seasonal auto unit. Let's just say that. She has a lunge for a strong attack, which is the best thing you can have for auto unit. Moving Vortex second, which is the best you can have for auto unit, and a gathering, a gathering combustion third, which groups up enemies so you can beat them down with your NAD, which is the best for an auto unit. The only thing that she doesn't have is like guard break and the Zeta Pill skill. If she had those two things combined with her weakening on everything in her kit and her IZ link, she'd be the best auto unit in the game. No cap. This Yoruichi does have an enhanced boost second essay with a lunge first. She has melee collision everywhere, so she can be built as a hybrid because she has 50 berserker with frenzy, 20 bruiser, and sorry per killer. She's Yoruichi, so she has 4 flash steps. She's just a very good unit. If I'm not mistaken, she has paralysis on everything. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is paralysis. Very good unit. Very good in ER and autoing. This Aizen he's kind of slept on because he has 80 bruiser, 40 berserker, but he has a 20% NAD link and a 20% Soul Reaper killer. So again, Soul Reapers, he's going to be dealing 120% NAD damage without attribute advantage. So he's going to be hitting like crazy. Basically the same kit as this Yoruichi. Basically the same kit as this Haruka. Lunging first, moving vortex second, full screen third, and he does have long reach, so that does help him. Very good unit, process on everything. Quite slept on because he doesn't have flurry, but he has 100%, 120% normal attack damage when he has killer. So don't sleep on him in that regard. 1, 2, and 3. Ichigo, Kita, and Lillinette all are built exactly the same. Range units, range collision first, range collision NAD, healing second, and full screen third. Literally they're all built the exact same way with that. Ichigo has NAD, Kita has DR, and Lillinette, I don't remember her link right now. She's either DR or NAD for sure. But like I said, everything about the kits is exactly the same. First strong attack is going to be hard to break guard because it's range collision, meaning it's going to be pushing enemies back all the time. And the NAD being range collision means that it has to hit several times before you get max damage versus one swing going to 3-4 enemies. You don't get that with them. So if they're guarded against, they're going to not clear the absolute fastest, but they're still going to be they're going to be massively solid. They can easily clear content. They're going to clear even though it's slow because of guarded enemies, and they're going to be some really good bonuses for ER because they have ranged with flurry. This Halibel and this Orihime are special cases. Neither of them have bruiser, have frenzy or flurry, but they are just uniquely overpowered for autoing. This Halibel has paralysis resistance, and she has paralysis on everything with a sword per killer and a DR link. So paralysis is like the worst affliction to be hit by in autoing because it stops you. You just get spammed and just ass beat. So she can't never be paralyzed. She's pretty decent for PvP as well. And yeah, she's just gonna auto content, not the fastest. She does have a 20% sword per killer, so 70% bruiser when she has killer. Yeah, this Orihime, you guys. She had the same type of NAD string as Tokinada, as True Shikai Ichigo, which means she's ranged with melee collision NAD, which means one attack from her NAD bloop, 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 pierces through. She can shoot it once and it kills 3 enemies straight off top. She does have Soul Reaper Killer, which gets magnified, like I said, in Inheritance Zone. Same with Halibel. And she has bombardment on her soul bomb. So if you set her up as a hybrid, she is going to absolutely nuke. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just go ahead and rip the band-aid off, get into SNS tier, or SNS plus tier. Sorry that my fan just turned on. Please bear with me, guys. So SS Rangiku, the Spirit Society banner is responsible for some of the best seasonal characters ever to come out of the game. SS Byac is just magnifique god tier. He's better than a lot of the units, Can't Fear Own World and manga included, as far as his kit. But we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Spirit Society Ranku. Spirit Society Ranku has the best first strong attack in the game, 870 width and 3,000 length back. The same exact first and second as Spirit Society Byakuya. Her second is a range collision, melee collision split. She has the same second strong attack as Sanosuke, except instead of using it every 40 seconds, she can use it every 16. So it's way better than Sanosuke's in that regard. She does have Havoc and Berserker. If she had a non-affiliation killer, she would literally be S+. She would probably be like the third or fourth best unit on here, but her second does hold her back slightly, but it's still very good because it eclipses 1170 radius like forward in front of her. It's quite a massive strong attack. Loli has a similar kit to her, beam first, same as her, range collision, melee collision second, which Loli's is not as good as hers, but she has a 975 radius distant AoE in front of her. Meaning she places it in front of her, she has back range and side range and all that forward range. Guard break, Berserker, but I say Ranku gets it over her because she has Havoc and better strong attacks overall. Yeah. And this Kain could be one of the best units in the game, depending on how you feel about charge attacks and boss killer second strong attacks. He has Havoc and a lunge, and his second strong attack is a boss killer move, the exact same as Cacao Society Byakuya, the same as Manga Shunsui. But he has Havoc and 20% Berserker. So his projectiles are going to rip bosses. If you can get close to them, you can probably one-shot a boss, depending on how you can plant the strong attack. Now, against regular mobs, it's not the best because you can't plant it the best on every mob. But his third is a charge attack with 1080 radius and twice the damage as your average third strong attack. And he does have Berserker, so he hits incredibly hard, and his charge attack has no weaknesses, being more than full screen with twice the damage. Alright, this Christmas Neliel has basically the best first strong attack in the game. It's that beam, 725 width, 2500 length. Berserker, full screen third, freeze on everything, hollow killer. Her second holds her back because it hits in 2 waves. So it's not good for clearing a multiple waves stacked on top of each other. But it's decent overall. It is everything is melee collision, so it's not like there's inconsistencies with the damage. You only notice it if you're trying to affect multiple waves at one time. Now, this swimsuit Halibel had the beam first strong attack, best in the game, no Havoc, no Berserker though, and her lunge second strong attack, same as TLA Sweet Phone, same as Zombie Toshiro, and then she has a charge third strong attack, same as like a Cacao Society Momo. It's twice as hard as your average third strong attack, but you gotta charge it, but it's 900 radius. Moving on. Best unit in the game as far as kit goes, even though Bankai Shinji does more damage than this Byakuya, this Byakuya, his soul bomb does hit harder than that Shinji. So that's definitely something that Byakuya has over Shinji, but Shinji does more damage and he passes over damage for nat items. I mean, he passes over that Berserker, but Byakuya, 875 width first, 3,000 length back. the best first strong attack in the entire game. Best second strong attack in the entire game. 960 radius, distance AoE, forward, side, and back range all massively covered, and a 1200 radius third strong attack. This right now is one of the best strong attacks, one of the best kits in the game. Only way that his kit could be better is if he had like a distant AoE, 1170 third, and like long stride and guard break. That's the only things that make this dude better, but that's like asking for a lot. Anyways, there's Society Rukia. One of the best kitted characters we have right now. Well, her first isn't like the best tier, but it's a lunge, so it's perfect. It's just not that beam. So lunge can be better than beam some cases, but most cases beam is better. Her second is the best second strong attack in the game. 800 radius, but no havoc. So SS Biak second with no havoc. And she does have Bruiser with a distant AoE charge attack, which is the best type of charge attack in the game. With the Berserker, hits twice as hard as your average full screen third. This Machine Society Ukiura lunging first, beam second strong attack, which is the same as SS Biak's first, but no havoc. So second is still very good. It's not as good as the 800 radius, but it eclipses a longer field. So in some cases, the beam second strong attack is better than the beam third, but it's better to have a beam as a first, AoE as a second, and then full screen third. He does have guard break and Berserker with the Naran card, with the Hollow Killer and guard break. This red suit, if she had a lunge first strong attack, she'll be right beside SS Biak. She had a beam strong attack, she'll be right next to it. She'll be over SS Biak. So her first strong attack holds her back. She had the same exact first and second as SS Biak, but her first is that same attack I've talked about so much. The split collision attack, range collision, 3 projectiles, split damage. She does have guard break and Berserker with freeze on everything. Sweeper Killer with the recharge link. This Momo, I have her better than Tosh because of second strong attack. Definitely better second strong attack for sure. Tosh definitely has a better first, plus guard break and Berserker. Okay. I don't know, man. I would. Yeah, I can do this because Tosh can abuse his first and it might make him clear faster, but Momo's second is way better than his. And her third is similar radius but hits twice as hard, but she doesn't have any status elements. But she does have weakened defense on her Soul Bomb, which is incredible. So between these two units, even though Momo is way older, her second strong attack is way better. Way better. You know, and the third strong attack, it's the AoE is very similar, but he can just rip his off top and he has 20 Berserker, and she has to charge hers, but hers is still going to hit harder. But overall, that's the list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man, and make sure you guys go follow my basketball channel. We'll be linked up top. If you guys want to see some IRL content, you want to see me sauce some boys up, you know what I'm saying, shoot that fadeaway on them. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching this live in the premiere, save some of the energy for the comment section down below. But I do love y'all. Until next time, I'm out.